going to learn this song, I Saw the Light by Todd Rundgren, a song I really love. We are also going to learn it in the original key, so it will be a little bit challenging on the ukulele, but you can really follow along on any instrument you want. Doesn't have to be ukulele. Before we begin, I do have a printable PDF with the chord chart, the lyrics, the chord diagrams, and that will definitely make it a lot easier to follow along. I also have timestamps in the description below, so you can always skip ahead to certain parts, okay? So because we're doing this in the original key, as I said, there are not many open string chords. There are a lot of bar chords, so that does make it definitely more challenging. But because we're not using open strings, we can do some really fun stuff with muted strumming. But anyway, let's get to it. There basically are two parts to this song. There's like the verse and the chorus, okay? So we're gonna learn the verse first. And it starts with an E flat minor 7 chord, which looks like this, okay? It's 3, 3, 1, 4, okay? So we have E flat minor 7, and then we go to A flat 7, which looks like this. So we have first fret, so 1, 3, 2, 3, okay? And I'm just strumming my finger across the 4 strings, G string, C string, E string, A string, and I'm telling you the fret number on each of those strings when I say that, okay? So 1, 3, 2, 3 for A flat 7, okay? Now, this is a very good little chord shape to practice going back and forth between these two chord shapes because it's a 2-5 chord progression, and 2-5s are all over the place in music, so it's very common that we would be playing these two chords next to each other just like this, okay? So it's good to get into your hands and get comfortable with it. Now when I do it, something I want to just point out is these two fingers, the ring finger and the pinky finger, actually stay on the same strings. They just slide down, but actually the ring finger stays exactly where it is, but the pinky just slides down to the 3rd fret to meet it. So these two fingers, all that's happening is it's going like that. So ring finger stays exactly where it is and pinky slides to the 3rd fret. So you shouldn't lift those two fingers off the strings. You should really slide them down like that because it just makes it easier. So see how when I transition, I'm not actually lifting up off the string. These two fingers never leave contact with the string, right? But these two fingers do switch to a new position, okay? So those are, if the beginning of the song just goes back and forth between those two chords a few times, it goes, it was late last night. Again, E flat minor 7. I was feeling something wasn't right. Back to A flat 7. There was not another soul inside. So it does that 3 times. It goes back and forth between those 3 times. E flat minor 7, A flat 7. E flat minor 7 to A flat 7. E flat minor 7 to A flat 7. Then we get to a D flat major 7. So I'm barring the 1st fret, and then you can use your ring finger or your pinky on the 3rd fret A string. So it's 1, 1, 1, 3. Only you. So that's for one measure. We have D flat major 7. Then we have half a bar of F minor 7. So F minor 7 is just to go over the fret numbers. It's 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'm barring the whole 1st fret and then keeping those two fingers there. So to do F minor 7, actually I like to use my pinky for the D flat major 7, because then to get to F minor 7, all I have to do is add my ring finger to that shape. And I know this is a gnarly chord shape, but it is a good shape to get good at playing, okay? So you just have to kind of squeeze hard to get it to sound nice. So we have D flat major 7 for 1 bar, then F minor 7 for half a bar, and then we have B flat minor 7 for half a bar, and for that you just lift up all those fingers and just keep the 1 bar on the 1st fret, like that, okay? So that's sort of like the first verse, so let's just run through it again. E flat minor 7, A flat 7, E flat minor 7, A flat 7, E flat minor 7, A flat 7, D flat major 7, okay? Now with the lyrics it sounds like this. It was late last night. I was feeling something wasn't call the second verse. It has a slightly different ending from the first verse, but the chords are basically exactly the same. We start off going back and forth between E flat minor 7 and A flat 7 3 times. So we walked E flat minor 7 to A flat 7, again E flat minor 7 to A flat 7, third time E flat minor 7 to A flat 7. Then we again go to D flat major 7 for bar, but then instead of going to F minor 7 and B flat minor 7, we go to D flat 7, which you just gonna, you can use your middle finger or your ring finger, put it on the 2nd fret A string while keeping that bar on the 1st fret. Okay, so you're basically just walking down from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret to get from D flat major 7 to D flat 7, okay? And that's the whole second verse, okay? So let's do that second verse with the lyrics now. Ready? So we walked along, though I knew that there was something wrong, and a feeling hit me oh so strong about you, then you. Okay, now we're at really the chorus, okay? So for the chorus, the first chord is a G flat major 7, okay? And I'm going to jump up, I'm going to bar the 6th fret, and I'm going to put my pinky on the 8th fret A string. So it's 6, 6, 6, 8. And you could use your ring finger instead of your pinky, it doesn't matter. I tend to use my pinky, but you can use your ring finger. So we have one measure of G flat major 7. A is the bed. Then we have F minor 7, and this time we can play F minor 7. Instead of playing it down here, we could play it a little higher up since we jumped higher up the neck. So I'm going to do this chord shape on the 4th fret to play F minor 7. Okay, so we have 5, 5, 4, 6, okay? Just like that. It's the exact same chord shape that we had for the E flat minor 7, but just shifted up to the 4th fret, okay? So we have G flat major 7 to F minor 7. Then we have B flat minor 7. Now if you wanted to, you could just go back down to the 1st fret, a bar to play B flat minor 7, but to maybe make it a little more interesting, let's play something a little closer by. So I'm going to play this chord version of B flat minor 7, which is 3, 5, 4, 4. So I have index finger on 3rd fret G string, pinky on 5th fret C string, middle finger on 4th fret E string, and ring finger on 4th fret A string. Like that, okay? So that's my B flat minor 7. Then the next chord is E flat 7. So I'm just gonna bar the 3rd fret, and I can actually keep my ring finger exactly where it was to play E flat 7. And then we go to E flat minor 7, which was the very first chord in the song, when it's right next to us. And then we go to A flat 7 again, which is the second chord we played in the whole song. And then we have D flat major 7 again, and then E flat minor 7, back to D flat major 7, and then E flat minor 7. So let's play that chorus, okay? So we have G flat major 7, F minor 7, B flat minor 7, E flat 7, E flat minor 7, A flat 7, D flat major 7, E flat minor 7, D flat major 7, E flat minor 7. Now at this point your left hand might be cramping up a little bit from all these barred chords, and we don't really have any open strings going on here, so feel free to stretch your hand out, run it in circles, do whatever you need to do. But let's try that chorus now with the lyrics, okay? So starting on the G flat major 7. Then you gazed up at me, and the answer was plain to see, 'cause I saw the light in your eyes, in your eyes. Though we had just go back to the verse again. The next two verses are exactly the same as the first two verses. So we have like the first two verses with the sort of different endings. We just do those exactly the same, just with slightly different lyrics. So let's just play through them with the next set of lyrics, okay? Though we had our fling, I just never would suspect a thing, till that little bell began to ring in my head, but I tried to run, though I knew it wouldn't help me none, 'cause I couldn't never love the one, or so I said. The final verse, which is actually like the verse with the second ending. So we sort of have verse with first ending, verse with second ending. It plays like just the verse with the second ending, and then it goes straight into the chorus, okay? So let's play that. But I love you best. It's not something that I say in jest, 'cause you're different, girl, from all the rest. In my eyes. So we go to F minor 7, and then B flat minor 7. Then we go to the chorus. And I ran out before, but I won't do it anymore. Can't you see the light in my eyes, in my eyes? And that's really the whole song. So we are learning this in the original key, so you can play along with the Todd Rundgren recording. The recording is a little bit flat, so the instruments are just tuned a little flat. So you will notice that when you're playing with your ukulele. If it really bothers you, you could tune your ukulele a little flat, and then it might sound better. But it is in that original key, so it is fun to play along. Now, that is the whole song. Now, something we can do to make it a little bit fancier, when we're going back and forth between the E flat minor 7 and the A flat 7 in the beginning of the verses, now I can do a sort of fun little chromatic slide of this chord shape going from F minor 7 to E minor 7 to E flat minor 7, okay? So basically I'm just taking that E flat minor 7 chord shape, I'm moving up to the 4th fret, playing F minor 7, then I'm just shifting the whole shape down 1 fret, so it's now starting on the 3rd fret. I play E minor 7, and then I move it down 1 more fret to the 2nd fret to play E flat minor 7. So what does that sound like? It sounds like this. I'm going to do it slowly. Now when I'm doing the slide, I like to do like a down strum on the F minor 7, an up strum on the E minor 7, and then another down strum on the E flat minor 7. A flat 7, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So it definitely sounds a little fancier, right? So if I were to do that with the lyrics, I sort of can time it out. It goes on literally on the words. It was late. So it was late on those chords. It was late last night. I was feeling. So it's I was feel. I'm just going right with the words. I was feeling something wasn't right. There was not. So then it's on. There was not. So you don't have to do it every single time. For instance, you could not do it on the first E flat minor 7 of every verse. So it could be like, it was late. I just start normally on E flat minor 7. It was late last I just go back to E flat minor 7 regularly because it's the beginning of a new verse, so I'm not going to do it. So we walked along, but now I will. Though I knew, so it's though I knew that there was something wrong, and the feeling hit me oh so strong about you. Then you gazed up at me, and the answer was plain to see, right? 'Cause I saw the light in your eyes. All right, so let's talk about the strumming pattern now a little bit in this song. So since we're using all closed chord shapes, we can have fun muting and unmuting our strings. Now let's just go over this muting and unmuting technique first, okay? So I want you to just take one finger and just bar it across. Oh, let's do the 5th fret, okay? And so I want you just to lay your finger really lightly across the 5th fret, so lightly that we get this muted strum sound like this. So if I exert more pressure in that left finger, if you're hearing like kind of some weird notes ringing out, like that kind of, that means you just need to be even lighter on this finger. It means you're pushing too hard. So you're just letting your finger touch the strings ever so lightly to prevent them from vibrating. That's all that you're doing, but you're not putting any pressure, because the second you put pressure, then we start hearing those pitches ringing out. So just very light to get that muted sound. You can go down, up, down, up, down, up. And when I do the down strum, I'm using my index finger. You could use index or middle finger, or the back of your hand, like that. But you definitely want to use like your fingernail, some sort. So either fingernail on your index finger or sort of all the fingernails on the back of these 4 fingers, kind of aiming around the middle finger. Something like that for your down strums, okay? And then for your up strums, I want you to use the back of your fingernail on your thumb, up, like that. So we're going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, all muted, okay? So we're gonna count out loud. We're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to just pinch that left hand on the 5th fret on just beat 1. And so it'll be just on that down strum on beat 1. So at that one strum, we'll hear the pitches ring out. So it'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And you want it to be really clean difference between the when it's muted and not muted. And just so you know, this sound right here, that's called a muted strum. I can't remember if I said that or not. But yeah, that's a muted strum. Okay? And you can even try to speed it up. Cool? Now what I want us to do is we're going to now pinch on an up strum too. So we're going to pinch on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and, so it's 1, we're going to pinch, and then and 2 and, so the and after 2, okay, we're also going to pinch there. So we're going to be pinching on a down strum and an up strum. So this will be a little bit trickier. So it goes like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And make sure your right hand is just going down, up, down, just like a metronome. Very robotic. Down. No hesitating or anything like that with your right hand. Just down, up, 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 down, up. So now we're going to speed it up, okay? 1 and 2 Pretty fun, right? So I refer to this as sort of like a funk strum technique. And really we can basically, like while our hand is strumming a strumming pattern, we can be like, if we don't have open strings in the chord, we can just be like pinching and unpinching at any points we want in the strumming pattern to make it sound cool. So let me show you what I mean by that. And you can really just have fun with it and sort of just experiment and mess around with pinching and unpinching at certain places like this. I'm sort of also making some of them very staccato. So if I go like this, this is another important thing to mention actually. If you want to make the strum like really ring out, I just keep my fingers pinched the whole time, right? If I just keep these fingers pinched, the chord will just ring out. If I want it to be staccato like this, then I am basically just pinching it at the exact moment that I strum with my right hand, but then I just go back to the muted position where so my fingers never lift off the strings. They're always making contact with the strings. I'm going pinch and then relax. But even when I'm relaxed, what you really don't want to do is you don't want to go like this. You don't want to pinch and then let go. You want to pinch and then keep them on the strings, just relaxed. And that makes it nice and short. So really, I'm actually kind of playing around with like these sort of staccato things. So I'm just sort of having fun with making some of them staccato, making some of them muted, but that is sort of the beauty of these closed chord shapes. So hopefully this has been fun. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Gracie Terzian and I post one video a week here on YouTube. I post a mixture of ukulele content, music theory content, anything music related really. But yeah, I would love to have you as a subscriber if you are not subscribed already. And if you did like this video, please don't forget to share it with a friend, leave a comment, give it a like. All those things really help me out a lot. And that is it, guys. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you have fun playing the song. I love it a lot. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night, and I will see you again next week.